Now, we've been discussing becoming the right woman for the right man should he happen to come along. But before I get into part three of that discussion, I want to clear up some confusion. Sister, you really have it backwards. You got it twisted when you talk about settling for in the wrong context. You say that you're single because you don't wish to settle for. Well, let me share something with you about settling for. Until you learn to be with one man, you are settling for being with many men that you care very little about. There was a song that said, "If I can't have you, I don't want nobody." Now, this is a very immature state of mind because you think because you loved this first man or second man that he was the right man for you. You think because you loved him so greatly early in life that he was the best thing to come into your life, and that's not true. Just because you loved him the most doesn't mean that he was the best man for you. It doesn't even mean that he was the right man for you. And just because a man loves you so greatly, as he says, it does not mean that you're the right woman for him. So let's talk about what makes the right man for you. A, the right man has already decided to grow up and be a man. B, the right man has already decided that he wants to be with one woman only. C, the right man understands that his purpose in life is not to please himself with multiple women. And D, the right man for you, sister, is ready to learn how to be with you. There was a song written or performed by Barbara Mason, and she said, "I don't even know how to kiss your lips, but I'm ready to learn." We have to learn how to be with you as men, just like we had to learn how to kiss you way back in the day when you gave us a hard time about not knowing how to kiss. He don't even know how to kiss. Welcome to Hashtag Relationships, where we're discussing becoming the right woman for the right man should he come into your life. Sister, I want to get those things out of the way first because I'm talking about you becoming the right woman for the right man, but I want to give you 6 ways to determine whether or not he's the right man outside of whether or not you love him so greatly. So let's take love and put it on the back burner again. Instead of looking for love, I want you to look for these 6 signs to help you determine if the brother in your life or if the next man that comes into your life is the right man for you. Number 1, does he care about what you think of him? It is really important that the man that is in your life cares about what you think of him. I say this because if he does not care about what you think of him, then he takes no thought for how his behavior affects you. He takes no thought about how his words affect you. And so it doesn't matter how he treats you, and it doesn't matter how he talks to you if he does not care very much about what you think of him. You will be able to determine this, sister, when you start saying to yourself that he's insensitive when it comes to attending to your needs. So number 1, instead of looking for love, look at whether or not he cares about how you think or what you think of him. Number 2, sister, for a real man, for the right man, it comes down to his legacy. He will be committed to his legacy, and a part of his legacy is going to be the right man for the right woman. He wants in his legacy to be remembered as a devoted, faithful, hardworking husband. And you, as his wife, you hold that legacy in the palm of your hands. You are the one who knows his weaknesses, you know his challenges, you know what he had to overcome. And so his legacy is tied to you. You are a part of it. And so since he's so committed to his legacy, sister, he's committed to being the right man for you as his wife. And let me remind you that a man who is not committed to his legacy, or who has not determined that he wants to commit to his legacy, is a very dangerous person to be around, because a man who's not tied to his legacy is a man who does not care how he's remembered. So number two, make sure that he is committed to being a good husband. Make sure that that's a part of his legacy. Now, number three, the right woman knows when a man is not built on real principles. So, sister, I want you to stop wasting your time on men who are constitutionally bankrupt. And until you become the right woman, you will always find yourself with a man who never should have gained access to you in the first place. I say access because for a man, that's what it comes down to. We just want access to you. But we want access on several levels. I'll give you three levels. One level of access that we're trying to gain is psychological access. And this is when he gets into your head. This is when you are confused about what to do when it comes to your relationship with him. The next level is the emotional access. This emotional access keeps you on an emotional roller coaster. He puts you in a place where you feel guilty, where you feel like you are unnecessarily obligated to him for whatever reason. That means he has gained an emotional advantage over you. The third level of access that he's trying to gain, of course, is physical access. Now, when he gains physical access, you foolishly think that you have the advantage when you do not grant him emotional access. You don't grant him access to your heart, but you still grant him access to your body. Now, this is not good on so many levels, but I want to make sure that you understand that you're not winning when you say that you don't really care about him, yet he still has access to you in the bedroom, my dear sister. As the right woman, you will virtually repel every man that is not the right man. As the right woman, you cannot ever be bought at any price, for any reason, at any point of your life. You cannot be bought, sister, because there's nothing about your existence that is up for sale. As the right woman, you will never make assertions that he can't afford you. Remember, when you're hurting, you sound differently than when you're healed. You will never make the assertion that he can't afford you, because there is nothing about you that is up for sale. If you think about how that sounds, he can't afford me. That sounds like something a high-priced hooker might say. Thank the Lord that you talk differently when you're healed. Sister, the right woman is not high maintenance. This is not cute to think that you're high maintenance. The right woman knows that high maintenance means problematic. To be problematic means that you are unsatisfiable, you are unappreciative, and you are ungrateful. And you become high maintenance in the sense that you accept gifts from the wrong men in the name of being high maintenance. Now, the right woman does not accept gifts from the wrong type of men. So number 5, you're not high maintenance. And number 4, you can't be bought. Number 3, you don't waste time on men who are constitutionally bankrupt. Number 2, look for his legacy. Number 1, I want you to determine whether or not he cares about what you think of him. And then finally, sister, the right woman will never try to force a man to love her. No, the right woman already knows that she's the best thing to ever come into the right man's life. And the right man is proud to have her, proud to have you as his wife. And I want to point you to Glenn Jones, who said, I've been searching for someone like you. He said, you're the best thing to ever come into my life. He didn't say you're the best woman walking the face of the earth. He said you're the best thing to ever come into my life. When a man sees you as the best thing to ever come into his life, now you got the right brother. Because he might have loved a woman back in his past greatly. He might have reached an emotional zenith with another woman, but she was not the right woman. She was not the best thing to come into his life. So I want you to take love and really just put it in a nice little box where it belongs, because it doesn't matter how much he loves you if he is not proud to have you by his side. A man can't show love to someone or something that he's ashamed of, sister. And remember, guys, I am only here to help. I want for you what I want for myself. I want you guys to be happy. I want you to be healthy. I want you to live a life of longevity and